So Toastmaster Rajeswari, she's going to present as our evaluator mentioned, innovative planning. Uh, she's taken the project from the pathway of innovative planning, and the project is project 2 from level 4. The title of the project is From Thought to Stage, My Toastmaster Transformation. Toastmaster Rajeshwari, From Thought to Stage, My Toastmasters Transformation. From Thought to Stage, My Toastmaster Transformation, Toastmaster Rajeshwari.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jemy Romani. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever looked at someone with particular talent and felt I could never do that? I certainly have similar thought before I joining in Toastmasters. During the height of pandemic in 2021, I had a realization that if I have to thrive both personally and professionally, I have to improve my interpersonal skill. But the question loomed large. How? Whom do I contact? Where could I find the resources and support I needed to embark on this journey? Later, from my spouse friend, I came to know about Thoughtword Toastmasters Club. Eventually, I embarked my journey from Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club. Initially, it was difficult to attend weekday meetings. Hence, I started to search for weekend meetings. That's when I found Thoughtword Toastmasters Club. Thanks to DTM Sadish Menon on this. I attended meeting regularly after I joined. Over the period of time, honestly, I felt like I was sailing a boat without a map. I wasn't see the progress I hoped for. I felt like I need direction. That's when I discovered the power of Toastmasters mentoring. My mentorship journey with Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari was began. It was like a game changer. Every speech I prepared was meticulously reviewed by her. After every performance, I received invaluable feedback from Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. It's not just correction, it's insightful guidance. Other than that, she gave me a lot of tips and tricks that helped me to understand the subtle nuances of effective communication. From her mentorship, I understood that a mentor who sees more talent and ability from you than you see yourself. And they helped us to bring it out of us. Yes. Similarly, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari had seen the potential from me that I hadn't recognized before. She helped me to unlock it. Her mentorship truly lifted me up. Finally, it gave me the courage to speak in front of large audience. And as if my magic, the opportunity presented itself. Last year, during the event in my office, I was asked to speak in a panel discussion. The regular practice I did in Toastmaster gave me the courage to nominate myself. Eventually, I delivered the speech, and I truly proud of. Before joining Toastmaster, I had a thought public speaking was a skill you were born with. But my Toastmasters journey has proven that completely wrong. Anyone can become a very good speaker if they invest their time in Toastmasters and consistently practicing themselves. Other than that, my Toastmaster journey has also improved my daily habits. It created the system. Every morning, I practice tongue twisters to sharpen my articulation. Before bed, now I read either book or newspaper rather than just scrolling my mobile phone. In fact, I have completed around 5 books after joining in Toastmaster. Before joining in Toastmaster, I used to read only technical books. Now it's completely changed. This newfound habit not only broadened my knowledge, at the same time, it enhanced my communication skill. I'm sure many of you can relate this. If I say, as a working professional, time is something I never seem to have enough of. I was struggling to find the house needed to craft the compelling speeches for TMOD roles and other speaking opportunities. But I was so determined. I was not ready to lose those opportunities pass me by. I thought of find the alternative ways. To overcome this challenge, I turned to podcast. Listening to diverse topics while commuting or during breaks became my secret weapon. This not only helped me to generate the content for my speech, at the same time, it significantly improved my listening skill. Now, I find myself interacting with my stakeholders very effectively, even those who are native English speakers. And I am articulating my thoughts with greater clarity and confidence. Despite all these efforts, such as tongue twisters, podcast, and reading newspaper, I realized still I didn't reach my destination. I was improving, of course, but something was missing. Then on Saturday, after our Toastmasters meeting, while mindlessly cleaning spinach for lunch, I decided to simply sit down and retrospect myself. Where was I truly lagging? What could I do to further refine my skill and become the speaker I aspire to be? It was like the universe was listening. The podcast I was listening offered a simple but powerful message. Slow down, be present, don't rush up, stay calm and grounded, and meditate. Hit me like ton of bricks. It made me realize that I was so focused on technical aspect of speech. That's nothing but the content and structure and the delivery of the speech. I had forgotten the human aspect. It's all about the importance of connecting with audience and being in the present moment. This realization led me to deep dive and led me to uh, closely watch my communication style. Usually, I record and replay my speeches. And the biggest flaw I noticed was my pace. That's when I started to understand the magic behind the pauses. Pauses, it's not just taking a breath, it's about creating a space for the audience to observe our messages at the same time to ourselves gather our thoughts and practice and prepare to the word what would come next. I started to consciously training myself to incorporate appropriate pauses in my speech. At the end, the difference was remarkable. The pauses allowed me to elevate my communication skill to next level, and they gave me the space to connect with the audience in a more meaningful way. Everything went well, but the road was not always smooth, right? One day, I got an opportunity to speak with my senior leaders. That time, I realized that while speaking with senior leaders, my body would go into what I call vibration mode. My voice would change, sometimes even disappear altogether. Though I get managed those situations, but it was far from ideal. One of my friends pointed out that, Raji, you are experiencing the adrenaline effect, a natural physiological response to stress. That feedback was very new to me, but it is very invaluable. I decided to deep dive to understand this phenomenon. I researched the human body's response to stress and anxiety. And I learned the techniques to overcome this. I regularly practiced deep breathing, visualization techniques, and mindfulness exercises to overcome this kind of problem whenever I speak in a high pressure situation. When I felt that vibration mode kicking in my body, I have the tools to manage it somewhat. Eventually, I gave my speech very confidently with greater clarity. One of the biggest challenges I think we all face as a speaker, that's nothing but expanding our vocabulary. As usual, the evaluation comment I received from Toastmaster led me to think about it. I noticed that I was tempted to use very limited range of words in my speeches. That comment really stuck with me. It ignited a desire to enrich my vocabulary. Hence, I decided to overhaul my approach to reading the newspaper. This time, I just not only change how I read, but where I read. I created a dedicated learning space in my home, along with notepad and pen. Whenever I encounter a new word, I meticulously note it down along with its meaning, synonyms, and example sentences. Then, during my commute between home and office, I review that notepad and actively try to incorporate that word in my everyday conversation, even my internal monologue. It's became my daily ritual, a conscious effort to expand my linguistic horizon, elevated my communications level to next level. Thus, if you have a thought, a desire to become a public speaker, don't let it just thought. Take action. Embrace Toastmaster journey. You might be very surprised at the end that awaits you for the transformation. Just like me, you can go from thought to stage. Audience, any question from my speech?
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajeswari. First of all, thank you for mentioning my age to you, but mine is only a small guidance. What the change you have incorporated you is tremendous. And as a mentor, I should say I'm so proud of you. There was a great change in your speech, the way you deliver and everything. And today is one big example of that. I have one small question to you. Actually, I have two, but let me ask one first. You mentioned all your improvement in your professional life, but every time when you talk, you always talk about your daughter. Is there any change in your mother-daughter relationship because of this?
Yes, of course, Toastmaster Uma Maheshwari. As I said, I used to read newspaper or book whenever I'm going bed. That time, she also come up with her notebook. And she would ask me like, Amma, help me to read this. So I could see tremendous changes in my daughter. It's all because of Toastmaster.
That is so wonderful. Thank you. And you mentioned some of that techniques that you used to do to reduce your vibration mode, that you to reduce your anxiety, right? So how did you try to capture it? How did you try to identify it? Because that is not an easy step for many people, including myself. Even I used to have that anxiety mode whenever I talk, whenever I kind of feel I'm in pressure. My speed will automatically goes up like a rocket. Even now I get that feedback. So I just want to know like how you did that. That is really a great feat.
Um, the strategies I used was taking deep breath and then moving here and there in the stage. Instead of standing in a one place, I used to move here and there. And moreover, to feel grounded, I understand what all things present in my in the stage itself. I used to feel the touches of my feet. And moreover, I focus on the person who are familiar to me. These are all things I used to tackle that situation.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
Hello, Rajeswari.
Hi, Jirish.
So I really admire the way that how you have really improved from the day one you joined Thoughtware Toastmasters and the day that you are standing in front of us today. So one small question, like as I could see in your speech that you have accomplished a lot of things that the way that you really want to be. What is going to be your next set of goals? See, you have accomplished as I could say like from nowhere to somewhere. What is going to be something that you're going to do in your future? So as a public speaker or as a leader or what it is going to be the one that you want to really achieve in your upcoming days in Toastmasters?
Thank you, Toastmaster Jirish. My next step would be strategical thinking. As a leader, to embark my journey as a leader, I have to give the solution for the problems, whatever I encounter in my surroundings, particularly in my professional place. So my next step is improve my knowledge to address the problem with strategical thinking, and also how to improve further to speak concisely. These two are my main goal next.
Congratulations, Rajeshwari. Because why do I ask this question? Because you have a particular vision where exactly you're standing now, where exactly you want to be. So that is what is really important. And as I always admire a lot from you, keep going and happy learning with Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jirish. Any other questions from audience?
There is a question from me, Rajeshwari. Can you hear me? By the
Yeah,
way?
yes, Toastmaster Kumaravel.
Yeah. So you said like as part of a speech, you said something was missing, right? Every time you try something, almost every time I face the same thing. Every time you give the speech or something, I feel something is missing in the speech, right? So how did you overcome that? That question is always there. Yeah.
Yeah. As I said in my speech itself, I used to record and replay my speech. So that time I will note it down where and all I should give the proper pauses. Moreover, in some situation, I personally felt like the objective of the speech was missed. So I worked on those areas. Other than that, in some places, how my audience absorb my message. That's very important in every speech. So in these 3 areas, currently I'm working. I hope once I get practiced, I will overcome this.
Thank you, Rajeshwari. Yeah.
Toastmaster Rajeshwari, I have a question for you.
Thank you,
We
Toastmaster
have
Jemy
seen,
Romani.
so we have seen your journey through your speech, how you have overcome the obstacles and you have tried to be a better version of yourself. Is there something that you can share about your accomplishments? Something which is some notable accomplishments, maybe something you will remember for life? Some of them, if you could just share it with us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jemy Romani. One remarkable thing I noticed, the way how my leaders seeing myself in my organization. Among all the team members, now they are picking me and asking me to convey the complete things. It's a very important opportunity. In our team, if we have to highlight, obviously we should showcase ourselves and it should highlight us. It's happened after all my practices. Now what happening is, if any leadership visit in my organization, they are picking up me and ask me to demonstrate the entire thing, what's happening in the project level. I would say that's the biggest achievement I did so far after all my practices.
That's great.
Thank you, Toastmasters and guest.
So our first evaluator for the prepared speech is none other than Toastmaster Jemy. So let me begin with the evaluation for Toastmaster Rajeshwari's speech. Toastmaster Rajeshwari, what an amazing start. What an amazing transformation that I have seen with your delivery of speech today. It was really, really very intriguing to hear you transform from what you were when you joined initially the Thoughtware Toastmasters Club and what you are today. So that transformation journey where you explained in the brief in those 15 minutes of time was truly amazing. We could also see that how you first, took up the opportunity with Wake Up Chennai and then understood that that was not something that you could continue with, and you joined the Thoughtware Toastmasters Club. But you also realized that you were sailing in a boat without a map. That was a really great idiom that you have provided with over here. So that helped you to get into the detailing of what exactly is your purpose here with Toastmasters. And you also helped us understand that how, investing your time in Toastmaster has helped you in your journey. You also gave us examples of how an individual can improve on your own self by reading books, by reading newspaper, by going through different blogs or podcasts, or even tongue twisters. That was also very interesting to know. So all these things helped you to articulate better and also helped you to achieve where you are today. So all of this amalgamation truly helped us to understand Toastmaster Rajeshwari a little better. The, the person that you were earlier and the person that you are today, you are a gem today. You are a gem of the eye today. And I'm sure everybody, even in your organization, are equally proud of you, which you already shared about your accomplishment. And you also helped us understand how even this journey of Toastmasters improved your interpersonal skills, your relationship with your loved ones is also enhanced. So all of this truly helped me to get a great picture of Rajeshwari. So I really loved about every aspect of your speech, Rajeshwari, today. I don't think I have any recommendation for you, but really one thing that I could only recommend is that you could improve a little on your voice modulation. So try to emphasize something to if you want to emphasize something on some achievement where you feel really happy and proud, you could use a little expressions a little more over there on your voice modulation. That's the only thing that I can recommend here. And really happy and proud to see the transformation. All the best to you for your future speeches. I truly applaud and thank you so much for this. Thank you for this opportunity.